came back with a vengeance in Game 5. The Spurs up by 8. Wemby again working on Rudy Gobert. Just French on French crime. One-handed jam on this one. Julius Randle just thoroughly unimpressed. Wemby again relocates, knocks down the 3. Wemby's second half. Ant-Man, tough jumper over De'Aaron Fox. Wolves now down by 5. 8 minutes to play in the third. Gobert deflects a Stephon Castle pass right there, and Dosunmu pushes, gets to finger roll the drop. Wolves now tied up at 61 apiece. Less than a minute later, Wemby, double, doesn't matter, finds Julian Champagnie right there for 3. That's a beauty, all net. Spurs up by 3. Just over 5 minutes to play in the third. Keldon Johnson works on Ant-Man. Johnson gets the shot to go in the lane. Johnson fired up, just howling out there on the court. How about Dylan Harper? The shot doesn't fall, but Wemby is there on cleanup duty and one. Spurs would lead by 18 entering the fourth quarter. So let's take it to that fourth quarter. Wemby going to work, gets the basket to fall right off the glass. Wemby with 27 points and 17 rebounds in this one. Dylan Harper, some fancy dribbling. Works past Dosunmu, throws it down. The rookie showing off. Wemby in absolute disbelief. Spurs would go on to win 126-97, and Wemby not fueled by revenge, but excitement in this one.
It was just Game 5. Obviously, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to have butterflies, So excitement is not something abnormal at this point in the playoffs.
I think there was a lot that's happened in the last 48 hours in the last game. And I think how that young man came out tonight and played in a variety of ways, in a variety of situations, not just in terms of his production, was extremely mature.
Tonight, some of the stuff that Wemby was doing, you don't really have too much of an answer for it. Just kind of hope he misses. But he came out high. He made a bunch of shots.
Tell it like it is, Ant. You know who always tells us like it is? NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins up with us this morning on SportsCenter. Perk, last night after the game, you took to X and said this of Wemby, already the greatest defender that I have seen with my own 2 eyes.
Ooh.
Just saying. So defend your claim to those people who do not see what you see.
Well, one, first of all, good morning. Second of all, he's already the most dominant player in the game of basketball. And when you think of dominant players, you think of them being dominant offensively, paint points, snatching the screws out the rim. But what he's doing defensively, I have never seen this. I believe he had 3 blocks last night. It felt like he had 10. The way he anchors that defense and is able to cover up space, I've never seen nothing like it. On top of that, he has so much of a presence in the middle that he allows his guards and perimeter players to be able to apply a huge amount of pressure. So if you're Minnesota or you're any opponent playing against the San Antonio Spurs, you have to be ready to take tough, contested threes and 2-point shots out the paint because you're not driving to the basket on him. He's already the best shot blocker I've seen, but it's a special thing when you're able to go up and challenge a shot and use the other hand wide air to take away passes. I have never seen anything like that in my entire basketball life.
Yeah, Wemby has everyone thinking twice about throwing up those shots. Now, on the other side of the coin, the Timberwolves are facing elimination, going back home for Game 6. So, Perk, what needs to happen for the Wolves to force a Game 7?
Can anybody tell Julius Randle that the playoffs has officially started? That you're in a brawl for it all with the San Antonio Spurs, the team that won 60 games this season? I mean, damn, bro. At some point, when are you going to find a way to get yourself going and be efficient? When are you going to start playing some high-level, high IQ basketball offensively? When are you going to impact the game on the defensive side? You're too versatile. You can slide your feet. You move well. You're athletic. He has not put his fingerprints on this game since Game 1. Anthony Edwards is doing everything that he possibly can on 2 hurt knees. He needs his Robin to step up. Julius Randle has to come out in Game 6 and impose his will on both ends of the floor. He has to be that Robin for Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, it almost feels like Julius Randle is just going through the motions. You can see the reaction on his face when we were going through the highlight right there. We have more from Perk later on in the show. Perk, thanks.
All right, Game 5 of the Cavs Pistons tonight in Detroit, 8 Eastern on ESPN. Detroit took Game 1 of the series, 111-101. Pistons snapped a 12-game losing streak against the Cavs in the playoffs, which was tied for the longest by any team against a single opponent in NBA history. Game 2 at home, also going to the Pistons, 107-97. Cade Cunningham had 25 points and 10 assists. Tobias Harris added 21 points and 7 boards. It was the Pistons' 5th straight playoff win. Then the series moved to Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell, 35 points and 10 boards to help the Cavs grab their first win of the series, 116-109. Cleveland ended the game on a 12-5 run with James Harden scoring 7 of the final 12. And in Game 4, Spida went off. 43 points, 39 the series at 2 games apiece. Those 39 second-half points were tied for the most points in a playoff half in NBA history. We now welcome back that man, Kendrick Perkins, to SportsCenter as we preview this Game 5 matchup tonight. Let's start with Donovan Mitchell. Huge in Game 4 at home with those 39 points in the second half. Do you see any way Spida can continue that on the road in Detroit?
You're damn right he can. Right now, he's in his bag like he got fries at the bottom, and I'm talking about waffle fries. And this is the Spida Mitchell that the Cleveland Cavaliers need. He's not waiting and trying to get others involved. No, he needs to be in full-out attack mode. The Cleveland Cavaliers are over when it comes to winning road games, and superstars have to be superstars on the road. Over the last 2 games, he has been playing like an all-NBA player. That has to carry over tonight. And most importantly, Kenny Atkinson has done a great job of finding and searching out mismatches, whether it's been Duncan Robinson or Tobias Harris, and giving him the space so that he could attack those guys and get downhill and get into his bag and score a lot of buckets.
Waffle fries confirmed, the GOAT of all fry cuts. Perk, as you kind of pointed out there, the way to bet the series is look at who's at home. Every home team has won and covered every game. That's why I like the Pistons laying the 3.5 against the Cavs tonight. I'm curious if you think this trend continues.
Look, Tyler, I like the Pistons as well tonight, but I do have concerns.
Okay.
The concerns are, number one, Cade Cunningham looked exhausted. The Cavs are doing an excellent job of sending double teams at him, putting him in multiple actions as far as sending multiple bodies. And right now, with him having to carry the majority of the load, we're starting to see him wear down a little bit. Also, Jalen Duren, can someone tell him that the playoffs have started? I know he's going through his growing pains. I know he's still trying to find himself, find his rhythm. The scouting report gets a lot thicker and bigger when it comes to scouting him, but he has to deliver and give them something defensively and offensively.
Kendrick Perkins in his bag this morning on SportsCenter. Thank you, Perk.